The haunted jersey of Cristiano Ronaldo. I didn't buy the jersey. That's the first thing you need to understand. Because if I had, maybe this would make sense. Maybe I could explain why it started whispering my name the first night I wore it. It arrived in a plain black package. No logo. No delivery label. No sender. Just my name written in shaky ink. I thought it was a prank. Or maybe a gift from one of my friends who knew I was obsessed with football, especially Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, who isn't? When I opened it, the smell hit me first. Not new fabric. Not plastic. Something damp. Old. Like rainwater trapped in a locked room for years. Inside was a jersey. Red. Manchester United. Number 7. Ronaldo printed across the back. It looked real. Too real. The stitching, the fabric, even the slight wear around the collar. Like it had been used. Not by a fan. By someone who played in it. I laughed it off. Probably fake, I muttered. But I still tried it on. The moment it touched my skin. I felt cold. Not outside. Inside. Like something slid under my ribs and just stayed there. I stood in front of the mirror. For a second, everything looked normal. Then I noticed something. The number 7. It wasn't straight. It was slightly bent. Like it was trying to move. I blinked. It looked normal again. Just tired, I told myself. But I didn't take the jersey off. That night, I slept wearing it. And that's when I heard it. At first, I thought it was my phone vibrating. A soft, rhythmic sound. But it wasn't coming from the table. It was coming from me. From the jersey. I sat up. The room was dark. Silent. Except for that sound. Whispering. 7. 7. 7. I froze. My heart was pounding so loud I thought it would drown everything else out. But the whisper kept going. 7 rules. Follow the 7 rules. I grabbed the collar of the jersey. It felt warmer now. Almost like skin. Who's there? I whispered. Big mistake. The whisper stopped. For a second. Then it spoke again. Closer. Right against my ear. You already broke the first one. I ripped the jersey off. Threw it across the room. Silence. I didn't sleep again that night. Morning came. Everything felt normal again. Too normal. The jersey was on the chair. Folded neatly. Like someone had placed it there. I don't remember doing that. That's when I saw the note. It was tucked inside the sleeve. Rule 1, never wear the jersey after midnight. I checked the time from last night. 2:17 a.m. And suddenly, I realized something that made my stomach drop. I hadn't taken the jersey off at midnight. Which means something else had. And that's when I noticed the second line written below it. Rule 2, if you hear your name, do not respond. My blood went cold. Because I had. And behind me, I heard my name again. Manuel. But this time, it wasn't coming from the jersey. It was coming from the mirror. And my reflection wasn't copying me anymore that I didn't turn around. I couldn't. My reflection smiled. I didn't. Slowly, it raised its hand. A second too late. Like it was learning how to be me. Don't look away, it whispered. But its lips didn't move. I stumbled back. The chair fell. The jersey dropped to the floor. The reflection stopped smiling. And then, It leaned forward. Closer to the glass. You responded, it said. The room went silent again. When I blinked, everything was normal. I was alone. The jersey was still on the floor. But now, there were more words written on it. Not printed. Written. Like someone had used a marker. Rule 3, do not let it touch the ground. I stared at it. My hands shaking. I had just broken another rule. And then my phone buzzed. A message. Unknown number. You're running out of chances. I didn't reply. Another message came instantly. Rule 4, if you see the number change, run. I slowly turned to the jersey. The number wasn't 7 anymore. It was. I don't remember moving. But suddenly I was at the door. Running. Barefoot. Heart pounding. Behind me. I heard footsteps. But I lived alone. I didn't look back. Because something deep inside me knew. If I did, I wouldn't be looking at my house anymore. I ran outside. The street was empty. Too empty. No cars. No people. No sound. Even the air felt wrong. Heavy. I checked my phone. No signal. No time. Just a black screen. Then, the whisper came back. 7 rules. I turned. Slowly. My house was gone. In its place was a stadium. Floodlights flickered on. The field stretched endlessly. Green. Perfect. And in the center, someone was standing. Wearing the jersey. My jersey. Number 9. He turned. Same face. Same body. Same clothes. Me. But his eyes were empty. You're learning, he said. Then he pointed behind me. I didn't want to look. But I did. Rows and rows of seats. Filled. Not with people. With figures. All wearing the same jersey. Different numbers. All staring at me. Waiting. And then they spoke. All at once. Rule 5, when the crowd calls, you must answer. My name echoed across the stadium. Manur. 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 I covered my ears. But it got louder. And louder. Until I couldn't tell if it was outside. Or inside my head. And then, without meaning to, I answered. Stop. Silence. Every head turned. Toward me. And the version of me on the field smiled. You just lost, he said. The lights went out. And something grabbed my shoulder when the lights came back. I wasn't standing anymore. I was sitting. In the crowd. Wearing the jersey. Number 10. My hands weren't mine. My voice wasn't mine. But I could still think. Still feel. Still panic. On the field. Someone else was standing. He looked confused. Terrified. Just like I had been. And then I understood. This wasn't a game. It was a cycle. Every person here had worn the jersey. Every person here had broken the rules. And now, they were part of the crowd. Watching. Waiting. For the next one. A voice whispered beside me. You lasted longer than most. I turned. The person next to me didn't have a face. Just a blank surface. But I could feel it smiling. How many rules are there? I asked. It tilted its head. 7. I froze. I only saw 5. It leaned closer. That's because no one survives long enough to read the rest. My chest tightened. What happens when all 7 are broken? Silence. Then, very softly, you replace him. It pointed to the field. The version of me was still there. But now, his jersey said 7 again. The original. The first. The one who started it. And then, he looked directly at me. No, I whispered. But it was too late. The final rule appeared. Not on the jersey. Not on my phone. But in my head. Burning. Rule 6, do not accept the jersey as your own. And at that exact moment, I felt something change. Because deep down, I already had. I had worn it. Believed it. Kept it. I had accepted it. The stadium shook. The crowd started chanting. Not my name this time. His. Ronaldo. 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 The figure on the field laughed. You think this is about football, he said. His face started to change. Stretching. Breaking. Becoming something else. Something wrong. I was never Ronaldo. My heart stopped. Then who are you? I whispered. He smiled wider than humanly possible. I'm the one who wears the number forever. And then he pointed at me. Now, it's your turn. The world went black. And I felt the jersey tightening around me. Like it was fusing with my skin that I woke up on the field. Alone. The stadium was empty now. Silent. Too silent. I looked down. Number 7. My hands were steady. Too steady. Like I wasn't scared anymore. That scared me more. Then I heard footsteps. Slow. Echoing. Behind me. I didn't turn. Because I already knew. The final rule. It appeared in front of me. Written in the air. Rule 7, if you become the player. Never remove the jersey. My breathing stopped. Because I wanted. 2. More than anything. I wanted to rip it off. But something inside me whispered. If you do, you won't disappear. You'll stay. I turned. And saw them. Hundreds. Thousands. All the previous players. Standing in the dark. Watching me. Waiting. Take it off, they whispered. Take it off. Set us free. Their voices overlapped. Broken. Desperate. I reached for the collar. My fingers touched the fabric. And instantly, I saw everything. Every player. Every scream. Every moment they realized the truth. This wasn't a curse. It was a trap. The jersey doesn't take you. You replace someone. And if you remove it, you don't escape. You release something else. Something worse. The first player stepped forward. The one who lied. The one who said he wasn't Ronaldo. His eyes burned into mine. Do it, he said softly. For all of us. My hands shook. If I kept it on, I'd be trapped forever. If I took it off, something else would be free. Something older. Something that created the rules. The whispers grew louder. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off. I closed my eyes. And I pulled. The stadium exploded into sound. Screams. Not human. Never human. The jersey tore. And then, Silence. Complete. Absolute. When I opened my eyes, I was back in my room. Morning light. Normal. Too normal. No stadium. No whispers. No jersey. I laughed. Relief flooded through me. It's over, I whispered. Then I looked at the mirror. And froze. Because my reflection was still wearing it. Number 7. And it smiled. You didn't take it off, it said. You gave it back. Behind me. I heard a knock. I turned slowly. A black package sat at my door. My name written on it, shaky. Waiting. And from inside, I heard the whisper again. 7. 7. 7. And this time, it sounded like it was coming from inside my chest. END, or is it?